My name's Susan Rushton, and I welcome you to our 27th year of Silver Screen Classic Movies. Free movies on the first Saturday of the month at 12 noon, 3:30, and 7:30 p.m. And 2 people per show win a door prize. They have a choice of books about movies or a DVD. Everything is the same as usual this time. There's one change, however. The Auburn Library is closed this year. They're preparing for a major renovation project that will take at least a year and a half. So Silver Screen has moved to North Auburn. We're showing movies at Parkside Church in Fellowship Hall, 3885 Richardson Drive, off Dry Creek, west of Highway 49. As you remember, I can't share the names of the movies with you until we are at Parkside Church. So if you want to know the name of the movies, investigate placer.ca.gov, click on Library, and investigate Program. Okay. So join us as we celebrate an age long gone, but fondly remembered. Okay, we have January 4th. This is all about Buster Keaton. 2 short Buster Keaton movies. It would take too much space to discuss these. Just know that Keaton was a brilliant guy who knew how to make people laugh. The first show is everlastingly fresh and lovely, said Pauline Kael. And the second one is fast-moving, gag-filling comedy, and it ranks above its stars best, said Leslie Hallowell. These are 1925 and 1924. And this is Buster Keaton. Buster Keaton, this is how he always was. Always. He wore this hat and he never smiled. I don't think I ever saw him smile. This is what he was. This is how he did. And he was always the same. He's a fabulous, fabulous actor. He worked on stage and on movies for 67 years, starting when he was 3. The best of his work occurred on stage in the 1920s before sound, but sound didn't stop him. His system became clear almost immediately, just like Charlie Chaplin and Laurel and Hardy, comedians who also were brilliant and who had their own behavior. His system, no smiling. He was known as the Great Stone Face. Most of the time, one particular hat, a pork pie. Also, according to David Thompson, it is well known that Keaton performed personally in scenes that involved considerable risk. All the time. An example, we'll see it in the second movie. He has a fall that years later proved that he'd broken his neck, but we see him running away after he falls. We'll also see a ton of running in the first movie, around and on top of and in front of big rocks. He said, "I always want the audience to outguess me, and then I double-cross them." He also said, "A comedian does funny things. A good comedian does things funny." And he does. The 3 top comedians in silent era Hollywood were Keaton, Charles Chaplin, and Harold Lloyd, among others. All 3 produced, controlled, and owned their own films. Keaton was convinced to sell his studio and films to MGM in the late 1920s when talking came around, while Chaplin and Lloyd retained ownership of their films. Chaplin and Lloyd became wealthy, while Keaton endured years of financial and personal problems. In the first movie, he learns that he has to be married by 7 p.m. to get his grandfather's $7 million. He makes a mistake with his girlfriend, so he looks elsewhere, and then some pals announce the plight in the newspaper. Now, Hundreds of women are after him. Hey, pal, run. And so he does. And the second one, Keaton works projectors. And when he falls asleep, he dreams that he joins the movie he's showing. And so he becomes Sherlock Jr., determined to find a stolen string of pearls, among other items and people. Both of these are very funny. We get to watch him be funny without smiling and running around. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you then.